You know, Franco has been a dear friend of mine now for 50 years. I met Franco in 1965, and it was in Stuttgart, Germany, at the European Championships in bodybuilding and powerlifting. Franco won the powerlifting championships in his weight category, and I won the junior Mr. Europe competition. It was in October 31st, 1965. And so since then, we have become friends. And when I moved to Munich from Austria, we worked out together. And he taught me about powerlifting. I taught him about bodybuilding. He wanted to be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to get stronger because I knew that was very important in order to gain mass. And so we have been friends. And then when I came to America, when Joe Weider brought me to America, literally 9 months later, I convinced Joe Weider to bring also Franco over here. Now, Joe Weider at that point had no patience for little people. You know, so he said, no, it's only, and I even exaggerated, you know, Franco is 5'3", but they said he's 5'5". And, you know, he's a monster and all this kind of stuff, but it meant nothing to Joe. Joe saw the pictures, Franco standing next to me, and he says, why would I bring over a little guy? You know, we have a lot of little guys here. I need big guys, I need monsters. But I eventually convinced him and, you know, put the spin on it that Franco's the strongest man pound for pound and all those things. And then I showed him pictures of Franco blowing up hot water bottles and bending steel bars and doing all kinds of crazy things. So he liked that. Joe, you know, was always impressed with strong man and all that. And so anyway, he brought him over, and then Franco and I became training partners. We lived together for a while and trained, you know, morning, noon, and night. That's all we were thinking of. Then we went to school together. He went to, we both went to college. He went then to chiropractic college. I then went in the direction of studying business. And but so I've been really proud of Franco, the kind of success that he has had, the money that he had made, and the chiropractic office that he has established, and the amounts of thousands and thousands of patients that he has treated and brought, you know, health to them and encouraged people. And then he's, you know, we still get together, we still work out together, and he comes over and trains and plays chess with me. You know, because we have been playing chess our whole lives, and so that's another thing that we do and have a great time doing.
Who wins most of the time?
Well, sometimes Franco comes over and beats me 3 times straight. And then sometimes when I give him plenty of wine, Franco loves wine. As a matter of fact, he makes his own wine, and he brings over, you know, for Christmas always like 6 bottles of his own wine, and he does really well. So anyway, so I serve him wine, and he loves drinking wine. And then after 3 glasses, you know, I start winning. So we have a great time. No, but I mean, we are pretty much all the same. You know, sometimes he wins, sometimes I win, and the important thing is just to have a good time and to have the laughs as we have in training or whatever we do when we go skiing or whatever. We just have a lot of laughs and we talk about the good old days and about our families and all this. So he's a fun guy. He's so much fun, and he's, you know, he has this house in Sardinia that he has built many years ago, and he still goes to Sardinia regularly and still lives the Sardinian life and the Californian life.